This man here is absolute magic. He has turned this entire team around. The fortunes of my FM saves. I love him. Almost as much as I love Tom Screamer. I just wish he loved me back. That's right, viewers. Tom Screamer. I love this guy. I absolutely adore him. But we've had bids come in for him. And even though I fulfilled the promise of getting in new staff and everything, apparently he won't recognise that I've done it for another 365 days. Or basically a year. So I've got to basically go through the entire season with the anxiety of knowing that he could leave me at any point. I continually offer him contract. He continues to say he's unhappy at the club. But he's not. So it just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. And why would you want to leave a club that is currently sitting third in the Kimray Premier? That's right. Okay, granted, we've only played 2 games, but we beat Aberystwyth 1-0 in our previous game. And before that, we beat Bala, who are currently predicted to finish second in the league. We beat them at home in the Nathaniel NG Cup, a cup of which we do have pedigree. Not in terms of winning it, but just in terms of getting near the final. And today we have our biggest challenge yet, and that is against TNS, who are not having a particularly good start to the season. You can tell here from the league history they have been on top of this since 2012 to 2013. They've won the league every single time. Phil Neville is the manager. No way, really? Phil Neville is the manager of TNS. I just don't believe it. Unbelievable. 19 motivating for Phil Neville. Okay. Well, this is suddenly opened up a lot of doors now. If I can beat Phil Neville, that brings out a lot of opportunities for me as a manager. Very, very exciting. Oh, okay, brilliant. Well, they're not doing very well. That's probably because he's in charge. But their form is woeful as well. They've lost 4 out of their last 5, whereas we have lost none of our last 5. And I've won 2 of our last 4. Very, very exciting indeed. Before we get into anything else, I've signed 2 new players. And we touched on them in the previous episode. Sean Hanbury, I did decide to take the plunge and bring him in, mainly just because of the goal scoring record. 47 and 53 for a man that just stood out for me. And he's already had a really, really big chance for us. He only played 5 minutes, nearly scored. So I'm excited to have him on board. I think he probably will sort of get in ahead of Max Howells, who's not been particularly prolific for me. But you look at his attributes as well. He's pretty solid as Max Howells. Andy Owens had to drop the bench because he's getting a bit older now, so he picks up injuries a lot more than he normally would. But this side so far has played very, very well. Barden's in goal. McCormick, Lennon, Wright and Reese are the back 4 with Lloyd and Screamer in the middle, as always. Jones, Ellis and Colwell in the midfield. Still yet to really see the best out of Colwell. He's played really, really poor. He's played at 6.47 in an average rating so far this year, so I'm going to demand a bit more from him today. But Idzi is leading the line today. He scored his first goal for the club in that win against Bala, and has looked pretty threatening overall. We don't have a particularly good strike force, so we're having to make the most of what we have. I'm looking at some of their players here. Their main man up front is Carl McFarlane. He's got only 17 and 49, so that's not too big a deal. But this boy looks quite... Yeah, wow, okay. What a name. Alpha Martor. Right, okay, we're definitely scouting him. He looks very good. Maybe we can nick him. I'm just going to say, we got nothing to lose. We know how good we are. Let's show everyone else what we're capable of. And I'm not changing my style, as always. It's my kind of aggression, G-Gen pressing, or Gigan pressing, against Phil Neville. So, I've got Phil Neville. It could be the start of a beautiful rivalry between me and Phil. You just don't know. So far, though, I have to say, I've been very pleased with the start to this season. We've looked pretty solid at the back. We've not looked brilliant going forward, but I kind of expected that. That's why I'm going attacking to overcompensate for the fact that we don't have that many really, really good kind of like technical players up front. That's the idea, really, is that I'm going to try and fashion as many chances as possible, and then we're just playing the odds numbers. Do you know what I mean? The more shots we have, the more likely it is that some will go in. That's got to be my mentality. We're not good enough to kind of wait and then have the clinical quality to finish off one chance. It doesn't work like that for us. We need to make many, many, many chances to be able to get some goals in this team. So I'm pretty content with the way that we're approaching every single game at the moment. I don't really want to change it. McFarlane's in and McFarlane scores, and it's not great defending. It's just a long ball over the top. It's the first highlight, viewers. We've been behind before in games and come back. This is a bit of a different kettle of fish, though. I mean, that's really poor from the 2 centre-backs, whichever way you look at it. It's not great from Barden as well. He's not even looking the right way when he gets down to his knees, which is... Yep. I think I've signed a dud. Is this the same Colwell that I signed? Or have they put a clone in that's not very good? Because it literally feels like... I mean, those attributes are fine. He's just awful. I'm a bit annoyed here because, really, they've had one chance and they've scored. And that's always a bit irritating. But we haven't hit any on target. So it's as simple as that, really, isn't it? If you don't hit any shots on target, you're not going to score. Unless you get an own goal. This has been thrilling. A bit like Phil Neville's personality. Can't say that, mate. You can't say that. I'm going to get aggressive. Show me something else in the second half. What's going on here? I expect better of Phil Jones. I'm not happy with your performance so far. He looks fired up. Okay, well, that's good. Ewan McCormick as well as another player that so far has let me down and not played at anything higher, I don't think, than a 6.4 all year, and now he's playing at 6.2. I'm getting a little bit agitated with some of the kind of stalwarts of the team last year who I thought would be good enough at this level and who I've been told are good enough at this level, but they're really not showing it. And Ewan McCormick is certainly one of those players. Reece with a decent ball up front. Izzy heads it on. Fortunately, there's no one beside him because he's up on his own. That's a decent ball forward here. Now, let's just have a bit of possession, shall we? McCormick, yep, he loves possession. Right, Ellis into Tom Screamer. Let's just get him in within 20 yards of the goal and we'll be fine. Ellis on the ball, lovely. Izzy to Colwell, who hits it. Oh! That's much more like it from Colwell. We like it. I mean, it's not exactly penetrative, is the word I'll use, but it's not bad. That was better. It's just not happening for Phil. So I'm going to bring on Andy Owens as a winger. I mean, he's going to love that role. Absolutely love it. Back post headers and Andy Owens. It's a match made in heaven. Another highlight. At least we've had two highlights in this half. As Tom Screamer heads it clear and it's fallen to Cole. I mean, you could have... I'm getting a bit disappointed with Cole. I'm not going to lie. I do think I've signed a massive dud here in Colwell. He's just got no composure. He's got nothing up here. Technically, he seems quite good, but up here, he's totally lacking. He's got absolutely no idea what day it is. I'm going to take Ellis off and we're going to get Hanbury up front as well. We're going to go for it a little bit here. Let's get Hanbury up front. Get him playing... Yeah, pressing forward will do well. Let's get him on that. Colwell again, 6.4. I am going to have a word with him after this game, actually, because I need... And especially with Ewan as well. Both of them have been really poor at the start of the season. And they are two-person kind of relying on. Lennon's been brilliant, but he's absolutely always knackered. No way. Tom Screamer whips it in. Back post. It's a penalty. We've been given a penalty. Andy Owens. Andy Owens is going to take the penalty for his first goal in the Kim Ray Premier. Go on, Andy. To nick a result of TNS. Andy Owens. Always a man to rely on. Always a man to rely on. We've done what we needed to do. We have hung in the game. Oh, yes, Pontypridd. This is a big result. If we get anything out of this game, it's a massive result. Lovely finish from Andy. I mean, it's not. It's a poor penalty, but that is brilliant news for us. We're up to third. I tell you. Brilliant. 1-1 at full time. And Andy Owens' 92nd minute penalty. Incredible. Passionately say I'm very happy with your performance. Well done. And to be fair, Cole will play at 6.5. So on the up. We're still unbeaten. And Andy Owens just writes himself into history. He's so good. And next up, we've got Cardiff Metropolitan University, a team that we did play, I believe, last year. I think we beat them. Did we? I can't remember. We'll find out in a minute. It was a really poor game of football, to be fair, but I am delighted with the high drama, viewers. High drama. Now, there has been a bidding for TNS for this player, Alan Partin, and I have to say, yeah, I'm going to try and get him. He's only 18 years old. Apparently I can get him, so if I go for that, let's see what we can do, because I think he'd be a very good backup maybe to Lewis Ellis, who's not really set the world alight just yet. I'm just trying to troll Phil Neville as much as physically possible. He's very interested in discussing terms as well. I've got plenty of money to spend in terms of the wage budget at the moment, so we're definitely going to go for this, and it will just be down to whether he wants to play for me or for Phil, and let's face it, there's only really one answer here, isn't there? Come on. Who would you rather get managed by? Go on, put it in the comment section. Would you rather be managed by me or Phil Neville? Put it in there. I want to know. And by the way, there is only one correct answer. I'll delete any comments that aren't correct. I won't. You're all entitled to your opinion, even if it's wrong. It's me. I've really enjoyed this episode already. Just getting one over on Phil. I mean, that's amazing. Just the fact that Phil Neville's in it is literally like a revelation to me. Another good bit of news that I've got Darren Ryan out on a part-time contract, so there is no chance of our very good centre-back leaving this year. Very, very important that I got him tied down to one. And we have played Cardiff Met Uni before. We've drawn once and lost once. I think we did lose last year actually on pens, I think, wasn't it? Or something like that. I don't see any real reason to change, in all fairness. We played very well in that last game, and I'm very content with the way that we are playing. Andy Owens, maybe... No, I'm going to keep Izzy going, to be fair. Izzy is the future. Andy Owens is sort of like the past, and I bring him on for kind of... What's the word? Sentimental value, and also for experience. Izzy is the man I need to put my trust in, and he can play very well at this level. I know he can. I guess I expect to win tonight, and the boys are actually enjoying that. I've still gone in now with the fact that now we can compete at this level. I've actually started saying to the boys, no, you know what? Wins. Let's not settle for less. We get the wins, we get to safety, and then we go from there. That is my mentality at the moment. And we've got a team here that's playing very much above their station, and there's no reason for me to think that we can't win this game today. We're a much better side than the last time that we played them. As Jeff Lloyd whips in a ball to the back post, right, Tom Screamer's missed an absolute sitter. That's literally 3 yards out. It's because it wasn't 30 yards out, that's why he's missed it. But it's a very good start from us here, and we continue it. Colwell into Reese. Waiting for those two to kind of link up a bit. Reese has been very good, to be fair, when he has played. That is a brilliant effort. I can't believe Izzy hasn't scored there. That is an absolutely wonderful effort. It deserved to go in. What a start by Pontypridd. I've realised in recent episodes as well, and I'm sorry about this, I keep verging between saying Pontypridd and Pontypridd. And I know that it's Pontypridd, but when under tons of severe pressure and anxiety and nervousness, I just go back to reading what I see on the screen. So... I'll continue to try and say Pontypridd, but if I slip into Pontypridd, I'm very, very sorry. Game's slowed down a little bit now. We're still very much on top of Cardiff Met Uni, or CMU, I'm going to call them, not the MCU. Oh no, it's a penalty the other way. Now, Lennon nudged it. I didn't see him nudge anyone there. Right, so we've had one penalty given for us, another given against us, which just seems to be a pattern at the moment. And Bardin... doesn't have I've never seen him get near to a penalty in his life, and we've conceded 3 so far this season. So we're 1-0 down. This is a bit annoying. It's the first shot on target. God, no, that never happens ever, never. You can tell that goal's kind of shaking us up a little bit here, and we're beginning to stutter slightly and not really sure where to go or what to do. And again, Colwell 6.4, Tom Screamer 6.4. I'm not particularly pleased with what I'm seeing since we conceded that penalty. It's not been the correct response. You can tell we're feeling a bit sorry for ourselves. We've not really done anything going forward, and I'm not happy. I'm going to get aggressive again here. Phil Jones is tired, so I'm going to take him off. Andy Owens is going to come on. Ellis again as well is playing at 6.4. It's not good enough. I'm going to give the boys a little bit of time. Only the defence has played quite well, which is ironic considering we're 1-0 behind. But I'm going to give them a little bit more time, but I've got no issue in bringing Zach Mayer on. I've got no issue in bringing Hambry on and going back to 4-4-2 again. It's not been a particularly good performance, and I'm not pleased with what I've seen at all. No, it's getting worse for Tom Screamer. He's just having one of those days. So he's going to come off. Zach Mayer's going to come on, and I'm going to take off Idzy, and I'm going to bring on Sean Hanbury. And what we'll do is I'm going to move him and Owens up front together, and Hanbury can play again as that pressing forward on attack. And then I'll move Ellis to the right, and then I can move Colwell out to the left. Let's see if he plays any better on the left. He is actually quite good on that left-hand side inverted, so maybe that's the best place to play him. I'm still trying to find his best position. It's clear to see he hasn't really adopted any kind of proper role in the team yet. As the ball comes in, it's 2-0, and that's that. Dean Ebb is a cheating little... Yeah, he died for the penalty, and now he's scored against me as well. Not happy at all. It's been a while since I conceded a set-piece goal other than the penalty earlier, but I mean, this is like a free kick or corner penalty set-piece. It's the first kind of little hiccup we've had all season. It's very annoying that it's come right now after such a good result against TNS, and I'm just hoping that we don't lose too much steam. Colwell, that's a great touch. He hits it. There he is. Ruben Colwell gets his first club for Pontypridd. First club for Pontypridd? I said Pontypridd. First goal for Pontypridd. There you go. That was correct. Now we're all back normal. Love it. You in there with the searching ball. Great take by Colwell, and he just bends it into the near post. Catches the goalie completely unawares. Great finish. Maybe you should just play him on the left. And suddenly, the game is open again. Jeff Lloyd over a free kick. No, yeah, it is Jeff. Over a free kick. He hits it. That is absolute nonsense how that's not gone in. How has that not gone in? Oh, I don't believe it. We're all over Cardiff Met Uni here. Hanbury, good layoff to McCormick. Into Colwell. Needing to start focusing. Lovely ball from Mayer. Into Hanbury. Get your pace going, mate. Or that. You know, that's not great, but we'll go with it. Lennon. Decent. It's not. It's really poor. That's really poor. And Lennon's doing my nut in today. He's giving away a penalty. He's just sat on his arse there by Ebb. Ebb whips it in back post. I mean, Lennon's meant to be a 4.5-star defender, but Ebb has literally just got inside his head. He's literally living in his head rent-free at the moment. I mean, what's this? He's gone around the back of him. This is the worst attempt at a tackle I've ever seen. I mean, that is so bad. I can't lie, I kind of feel like Lennon's cost us the game a little bit today, and that's a bit annoying, and I don't know why I'm talking like this. It's because I'm trying to hide the anger. Well, it's safe to say this has been one of the poorer performances in my tenure. I say that, we've actually been very even in the game. We've just not taken our chances, and Lennon's just decided to have a bit of a mare today. He's just been really poor, and we are going to get inconsistency, I understand that, but I mean, is that Jeff by any chance? It wouldn't be an episode of TYC if Jeff Lloyd didn't throw in a stupid tackle and get himself suspended at some point or another. He just loves getting sent off. He just loves red. What can I say? He just loves red. I've got to try and curb his aggression somehow. He's like a young Steven Gerrard. He's a young Welsh Steven Gerrard, and he's also just got a screw loose. He's just mental. I'm not happy, but I'm going to say unlucky because I want to keep the morale high. But I'm going to get assertive with Ellis and say I'm not happy with you, and I'm not happy with Tom Screamer either. So you weren't at your best. Definitely Michael Lennon today, and get assertive and say not pleased with what I saw from you. And where's Jeff? I mean, Jeff, aggressive. I'm very disappointed in you for getting sent off. None of them reacted. All of them looked motivated and inspired and went, "Thanks, boss." Idiots, honestly. So Phil Jones is out for a while, 2 to 3 days. It's not the end of the world. And Jeff Lloyd is suspended. I'm going to fine him a week's wages because the third or fourth time he's done it now. I think we'll come back for... We only played each other twice in this league as well. That's interesting. So it's quite a short season, isn't it? Nah, surely we must play each other 4 times. I have no idea what happens, but because it looks like we only play each other twice, and then that means that the season will be over by January, which makes no sense at all. I'm confused. I'm so confused about what happens. I do like the old away and home one, so let's come back for Landudno and Barry. I like Barry. Barry I can pronounce, so we'll come back for Landudno and Barry just for commentary purposes. Yeah, makes sense to me. Thank you so much for watching the episode. I hope that you have enjoyed it. Of course, if you have, please do drop a like on the video, share and subscribe. And until I see you for the next episode of TYC, stay cool.